Welcome into the show. I ran into 85 Bears linebacker Otis Wilson in practice. And if you know me, I have an affinity for the 85 Bears and just the linebacker position in general. I love watching linebackers play. I like to study the position. I'm interested in a lot of linebackers present day and historically. And hey, like last year, or maybe it was a couple of years ago on the Bears sideline when I ran into Mike Singletary.
Yeah, the Hall of Famer, one of the greatest middle linebackers in Bears history, indeed, down here with Mike Singletary. Mike, and I see you standing here. What are you thinking when you come back to Soldier Field? Does it all come back to you?
It's a lot of memories. Being out here, being on the grass, and getting ready for a game. It's pretty exciting.
Samurai Mike right there. And like somehow like it was meant to be because I've ended up being having so many of these guys as my interview subjects through the years. Like if you go to my Instagram page, Mark_Grote, you can see me with a microphone with a lot of these guys like Singletary, Dick Butkus, Lance Briggs, Brian Urlacher, Richard Dent, who was a defensive end, but to the point of the Super Bowl Bears. But here's what we're talking about today. The Bears have new linebackers this year. It's what they were hot for in free agency. T.J.Edwards and Tremaine Edmunds being the main new guys. And we'll start with Tremaine Edmunds, who had 102 tackles for Buffalo last year. As a matter of fact, all 5 years of his NFL career, which have been with Buffalo, he's had 100-plus tackles. So he's had some monster seasons. And it's really nice that he's on the Bears because there are parallels between Buffalo and hopefully with the Bears, because there was a time when the Buffalo Bills on Tremaine Edmunds' watch were really bad. So Buffalo obviously is a powerhouse now. The Bears were really bad last year, and hopefully Edmunds will help to make them really good.
I think it's just about being together. It's going to be a lot of bad days. Everything is not going to be glitz and glams. I think when you're on a journey, and obviously a journey that's more bigger than yourself. You're going to go through those rough days, but I think those rough days is what bring the team together. It's about not pointing fingers. It's about, number one, taking accountability. If you can't look yourself in the mirror, you can't expect nobody else to believe in you. So you got to believe in yourself before anybody else can. But, I think that's, one of the things that made us have success. A lot of guys took that accountability to bring their best each and every day, and we challenge each other every day. And a lot of those characteristics is what I saw here in the spring. We came out of practice, challenge each other every day, however that may be, to bring out your best you. Whether if you're a talker, talk. If you're not a talker, just do what you got to do. Let your actions speak. But at the end of the day, the main goal is making each other better. So each time we step foot on that field, that should be what the goal is, to make each other better, compete at a high level. And, competition breeds out the best in everybody. So, when you have, obviously your top guys going out there landing on the line, the young guys have nothing left to do but to follow that. So it's about laying it all out there and taking it day by day. It's going to be a long journey. And like I said, man, everything is not going to be, all good. You're going to go through some rough times, but those rough times is what make a good football team. Those rough times is what make a good player. And I think as a whole, when you got each guy believing in that and buying into that, you're going to get your end result.
Tremaine Edmunds right there, 4 years, $72 million. He is the man in the middle. T.J.Edwards hit on the outside out of Wisconsin, gets a 3-year, $19.5 million deal with the Bears. T.J.Edwards, local kid, 159 tackles last year for the mighty Philadelphia Eagles. And here's what Edwards is saying.
What's the feeling with this defense? You got to get guys together and get some cohesiveness out there.
Yeah, I think, just being here from OTAs and good turnout, one, it was just getting to know everybody, getting on the same page with, our foundation and kind of what everyone's thinking. But being out there the past couple of days, it's been fun, flying around and just, again, you make adjustments as you go, you clean up what you need to, but the effort and everything is kind of what we're harping on right now, and you can see it every day. So it's been fun, a lot of fun.
TJ, Justin and DJ made a couple plays over the middle of the field. How much pressure does that create on the linebacking group, knowing that there are guys on the offensive side of the ball that can consistently attack that area and make big plays there?
Yeah, I mean, I think again, we saw a little taste of it in OTAs, just kind of their connection in general, and also I think one thing with Fields, what he's doing right now, I don't know if it's the colored visor or something like that, but you can't really see his eyes too well. So he's doing a really good job of just kind of moving you in certain times, and they just seem to be on the same page. Even with tight ends and things like that. Obviously the better competition, the better the things get, and that's what we got going right now. It makes everyone better. So it's been really good.
Well, I've been talking about the colored visor right there, but T.J. Edwards is really good, and I could tell you from watching on the sidelines during camp, like you could just tell Edmunds and Edwards, two guys who know what they're doing. Now, one thing, Jack Sanborn expected to be the third linebacker in that crew on the outside, but he had the ankle injury last year, so he's been ramping up, taking it slow. In the meantime, we have been seeing the fifth-round rookie linebacker out of Oregon, and obviously a draft pick of the Bears, Noah Sewell's been running with the ones, which has piqued a lot of Bears fans' interest. And Jack Sanborn, we got a chance to talk to him, and I was asking him about that. Like, is Sewell moving in on your gig?
Noah Sewell was out there running with the ones today. Are you? I know you said you're ramping up, but once you're good to go, do you expect to be back starting?
I mean, yeah, we'll see what the coaches do. I think so, but I think Noah's been doing a great job coming in here and filling in and doing that. So, yeah, I expect to be out there, and I think it's going to be a good time. I think right now, especially this early in camp, it's all about everyone just getting down what they're supposed to do and continue to just kind of get better and understand the assignment, understand the kind of the plays.
Should be noted, too, that Jack Sanborn and T.J. Edwards have a really good relationship. Both of them did overlap at Wisconsin, so those two guys know each other. It's interesting. I mean, the coaches and Matt Eberflus, they're not going to say definitively that, I don't think they are, that Jack Sanborn is absolutely the starter because, again, when you see a rookie fifth-rounder and Noah Sewell out there, you know that in the back of their minds, they're thinking, let's see if there can be a little bit of competition. Now, if both of these guys blossom into good NFL linebackers, and Jack Sanborn was very good when Roquan Smith went down last year and playing in the middle, but these are two finds by the Bears on Ryan Poles' watch, and you could almost make the argument that Sanborn is the more hidden gem of the two because Sanborn went undrafted. Now, one thing that Sanborn is contending with is the fact that, like I just said, he had been playing in the middle and looked very comfortable there. He now goes to the outside, and he did say that he didn't make a big deal out of it, but he did say that is something that he is going to be learning, and it's going to be a little bit different for him. I think that some of us thought that maybe T.J. Edwards would be in the middle and we'd see Tremaine Edmunds and Jack Sanborn on the outside. But so far, that is the alignment for the linebackers. But point is, the linebacking position, I think, is back. And it was, again, what Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus insisted on in free agency right out of the gates. Eberflus, a former linebackers coach, obviously defensive coordinator with the Colts, and defensive-minded head coach now with the Chicago Bears. So these are kind of like, I'm guessing that those two conspired on Tremaine Edmunds and T.J. Edwards and hoping to make this defense whole again, because this defense was bad last year, no doubt about it. And expectations are raised in big part because of T.J. Edwards and Tremaine Edmunds. So this has been the Linebacker Show, and I'm sure we'll have another Linebacker Show down the road. Thank you for listening. For Ray Diaz, our executive producer, I'm Mark Grote, and we'll talk to you next time on the Daily Score.